welcome back to the K12 Esports League. We are here today with some Valorant, but not our normal Valorant broadcast. It is a combine today, bringing together some of the best players from throughout the entire nation to compete in 2 games of
Yes.
Valorant.
2 maps of Valorant.
Yes,
Are they scrim size maps or just normal
maps.
map?
I don't know what a scrim is. That play out?
Scrim size, yeah, just play out.
Yeah, no, normal maps is kind of a little bit of a combine for the high schoolers to get recognized for their skills and their talent.
I'm a
We
big
have
fan of that.
yeah. Oh, we do have lobby info.
Oh, that's good. I heard these don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with those.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit closer so I don't have to like sit on the edge. But I think I'm just gonna have to do that anyway. No, it's a super cool opportunity to do this. I like the idea of grade school
Hand that to our production.
education, trying to bridge a better gap into collegiate.
Yeah, and I've seen a few of these players play so far. Not all of them, since we've only streamed, I believe, 3 or 4 games. So we do get to see some of the top tier players that we've seen so far, but also a lot of new faces that we haven't gotten to see yet.
Good opportunity to showcase some more skill well before we go like deeper into the regular season for K12 and also just what the future of Valorant has to hold.
Yeah. The teams are kind of, I think, just randomly build to try and even out the teams. Like rank wise, we have Immortals, Ascendants, Plats, Diamonds, just a mix of across the board. I think we had 4 seniors and 4 juniors, and then some lower classmen that they believe had a lot of potential to fill these teams.
One of the highest ranked players, I believe, in one of the rosters is a lower classman.
What was it? Really?
I think so. We'll look at the player information again in just a moment, but I believe that's what I remember reading in my briefing.
There's a good chance there was a lot I was reading in a very short time, trying to remember all these teams.
Yep.
So there's no specific. They're just team 1, team 2, and I don't know how long they got to know of playing together as these teams. So we'll get to see how they kind of mesh together, not being on the same team that they're usually in. So that'll be a really big change of pace for them.
Well, that's like the spirit of the combine, right? Is that not only to see their individual skill in a competitive environment, but just like how they work as a team. And I think that's more explicitly shown when you're put on a team with people that you don't know all that well or you don't have that much practice with.
Yeah, we can kind of look at it. Team 1, we have Freezer, who is Immortal 2, Statz, who is Ascendant 3 at his peak, Gummy, Ascendant? Yes, who's stepping in today. We also have Striker, who is a Diamond 2 peak, and Anons, who is a Plat 3 peak. So that puts together Team 1 versus the Team 2, which is Rox, who is Immortal 3, sillysniper, who's Immortal 2, Kuromi, who's Diamond 2, GibusTheTrashCan, who's Plat 3, and Shady, who is Plat 3. So a fairly even mix.
Yeah.
I believe it should be a good game. It is going based off, it'll just be Team 1 picking their map and Team 2 picking their map. So no bans or anything like that.
Making things short and sweet and simple today.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be a long day, but hopefully we're able to get the skills showcase that we want.
Anything that you're excited to see in particular, Carson?
Not necessarily specific. There's a few players I want to see because I've seen them have some pop-off games, and I want to see if that was just they had like a live
fluke
game or something like that, or if that's just their consistent play. I think my only example is Shady, who we watched earlier this week, pop off. I would like to see it again.
Yeah.
I want to see Shady get a win. They played very, very well, but I don't know if they've pulled out a win on stream.
Well, maybe today will be their opportunity to do that. Yeah. But of course, today is not fully about wins. This is a showcase. And obviously performance is important, but there are opportunities for you to lose and still find something out of this. And it's a good learning opportunity for everybody here, players and recruits alike. Getting report from production that our map 1 is going to be Abyss. Map 2 is going to be Haven. We were talking a little bit before the show about what maps that we were excited to see, and I think we were anticipating Abyss and Corrode. I'm okay with Abyss. I think it's I've grown into it, and also it's much better after a rework.
I was
But
not
Whittles,
excited.
you don't really
I
like
don't.
Abyss a lot.
No, I just don't know. I don't know those maps. I don't play Valorant as much as I used to, so I don't know the new maps as well.
That's true.
I'm excited for the Haven map.
Yeah,
I know that one very well
A classic, a staple.
from the beta.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like we were hopping right into map 1 though. Gonna see what these picks come out to be. A little confusion on map 2. 2 people on the same character. That's also a weird one for a combine.
Oh yeah, if you're not drafting people
based off their
based
roles.
off role.
Yeah, that can cause a little bit of conflict.
Yeah.
Well, I already saw 2 cloves.
That's another good opportunity to see like if they're flexible.
That's true. Well, already on team 2, I saw 2 people hover Clove, and there's still 2 people hovering Sova.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that straightens itself out. Meanwhile, on team 2, seeing a very ranked-esque comp here, running the Reyna and the Jet, which the Reyna I'm indifferent about. They're seeing it change to the Sova on the side of Rocks, which I think is pretty good. That drone and Sonar provide a lot of great util, especially on the A site on Abyss. You have ISO and Jet, someone to dash in, someone to make more contact, and just disable a lot of abilities. Omen, versatile pretty much across the board, and Deadlock, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, they finally figured out their Sova situation on the side of team 1. Not really sure. I'm curious what like the conversations going on between these teams is like.
Likewise,
trying to figure out. It never crossed my mind until this literal moment and of how
how the role
how that's going to
might
cause
actually
problems.
impact. Yeah.
Because you're just kind of picking the players that you feel like really showcased good ability throughout this the season, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're all from different roles.
But I think something that's also important, because you see this in professional play a lot as well, where a player may be on one role and then swap to another for a different roster change or just a different team in general. And when you're moving from a more high school space to a collegiate space, you might find yourself doing a very similar thing. So being in a situation where they might have to play in their comfort zone, I think the players are in a very strange way, being well tested in this environment.
Luckily, what they can do with the 2-map game is that they can give up their role for someone else that has the same one as them and then switch out on the next map to be able to showcase their abilities. It does look like we are going into this first round. Team 1 is going for a heavy B push here, all stacked together.
I actually like that. B is, not a site that people start on pretty often. Already running into a lot of Deadlock util. Neon doing their job, but rest of team 1 seeming just a little bit more solid in their execute, in their gunfights. See the spike going on right now, and that 45-second timer is up. You see Rocks here in heaven waiting for an opportunity to swing. Not a lot of info. Does see a couple people and tries to throw the shock dart out for something. Gonna be able to find it along with Kuromi, who is gonna get picked off a little bit later, and at least sillysniper left in the 1v3. Does end up finding one. Bringing that sheriff out for a ghost. Now 1v2 with not too much time left on the spike and 4 bullets left in the mag. They're looking all the way in heaven. When he greeted, he had no idea where they were. That's gonna be Statz finding out last kill to secure the round for team 1. With the frenzy, no less. Not a gun that you see very often in first round.
Yeah, I really thought sillysniper was gonna be able to clutch it up there, but then pulled out the knife right after getting that first kill. I'm not entirely sure what the thought process behind that one was, but maybe they just assumed the Yoru was farther away and they could get to the spike in time.
I was thinking maybe that they were anticipating somebody playing offside.
Yeah. I also think that Team 1 kind of has an advantage for these early rounds. Being able to just kind of ball together and move as a unit is a lot easier to play with a new team than just having to stay spread apart.
Which, in a lot of situations like that, you're going to see that more later in the map anyway. So they're probably just going to be going for these very normal pushes onto sides. It seems like B is where the team is most comfortable. But maybe things will change up a little bit later in the map.
Yeah, Team 2 just trying to play for a few picks here on this save round.
Spike planted.
Spike does go down. They are held out of sight fairly well. And Team 1 playing very passive and playing very smart. They don't want to get picked off and lose these guns.
Player standing.
It's all down to rocks now. Not a lot that can be done in a Guardian versus a Classic.
Yeah, these second rounds after those losses, very, very hard to fight against. But Team 1 obviously just looking to make the most of the whatever they had right now.
Yeah, this should be a lot more heavy favor for Team 2 with Team 1 going in kind of just with whatever the guns they brought over. But a full buy for Team 2. Still a Guardian. Guardian is pretty good, though.
Yeah. I mean, does about the same amount of damage as a Vandal on a headshot.
You can hit your headshots. That's all that matters.
Yeah. If you can do it on a Vandal, why not on a Guardian?
They are switching it up, though, and going towards A site. 2 players from Team 2 are here, but they kind of back up and play a little bit passive.
Statz finding successful lurk through mid, finding 2 for his money. Gonna be the controller down, gonna make playing that post plant very difficult for Team 2. And it seems like in this situation, instead of committing to the A, they're just gonna take the space they already have and go all the way back to B.
Yeah, that was a very smart play. They got that pick. They knew it would draw over rotates, and Team 2 just was not ready for it. They're still over at that A site. I don't even know if they're gonna go for this.
No, well, they're gonna kind of have to fight for something. You see ISO trying to walk for his team. Statz looking for something a little bit early and does find it, but doesn't. Looks back for some reason. Does unfortunately lose that fight into sillysniper, who's going to try and continue walking through spawn. It is a very awkward situation here in the link, but that's still going to be another round win for Team 1. One that probably should not have been as disastrous as it was. Obviously, they were still playing on their bonus round, so it wasn't, you know, too terrible that something like that had to happen. But even still, don't want to see players falling as early as they had in a round that they kind of just held angles, played off each other.
Yeah, Statz with that lurk up mid gave Team 1 the perfect opportunity to wrap back around to B site, and Team 2 just did not have a read on it whatsoever. It wasn't until the spike was already planted that they realized that they just weren't pushing A.
No. Seeing Statz on that Yoru ult, clearing for sight, and already scaring a lot of Team 2 away. So far, you can kind of see Statz and the Neon alike doing a really good job getting a lot of info on entry for their team to be able to set up successfully for the post plant.
And now they're on this, doesn't check for the trip. They're on its, make it a 3v5 retake now with Sheriffs. It's all up to Shady.
Left in main with a stinger.
That's a crazy looking stinger.
Oh, yeah.
Gummy, ready for it. Kind of a flawless execute from Team 1.
That's how round 3 should have gone for it.
Yeah, Team 1 is showing a lot of adaptability. Like, that was a very hyper-aggressive round, quick attack, just not giving Team 2 any time to react. But the rounds before, they play it passive, wait for a pick, and then work off of that.
But I also like that you can tell not only that there was such a clear plan with the dimensional drift coming out right at the beginning, but you could tell that everybody trusted it. You know, as the Yoru went in with their ult, the rest of the team just trusted that the information that they were receiving was correct and accurate enough to, you know, be able to walk, not be scared to move past the smoke as it went up. You know, you don't see that a lot. And sometimes it can be really hard to be trusting in people that you don't have that much synergy with.
That synergy isn't really feeling like a problem, though, for Team 1. Just trusting each other on these pushes. It is a lot harder, I believe, I would say, for CT to be able to defend these unit pushes, but I guess only time will tell. Already down to a 2v4 now. You get a 2v2. Spike only now going down.
Last player standing.
Freezer finding his one, preventing anything too magnificent from happening. You're seeing the hunters.
What?
Hello? Okay, sure, man. Yeah, Rox is gonna find that clutch in the 1v2 situation. Maybe fat thumbing Hunter's Fury.
It turned into a just what, a standard? I don't even know how that happened, but great clutch from Rox, using the Hunter's Furies as scare tactic, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he trusted it a little bit more. He would have gotten that kill. I think just off the health alone. But
Maybe you could have I think it's a lot easier to get caught out mid pull on that thing.
Yeah, that
could have given the other team the advantage, but that does put Team 2 on the board, making it a 1-4 now.
You do have to be a little scared for Striker in that situation. Obviously, had they not canceled the Hunter's Fury, he would have just been stuck there anyway. So it's like either he has to walk out of that angle to avoid getting hit by it, which, you know, in a lot of situations you could get away with, or I mean, you just have to kind of take the hit, punk it out. And it seems like Team 1 has taken quite a few really early executions from this mid push that Team 1 tried to make. It's now a 2v4, and not a lot of information for Team 1 on this default here.
Yeah, Team 2 was a lot more aggressive up mid at the start of this round, which kind of gave them an advantage since they've been playing fairly passive.
Rock still on a real deep lurk, and Anons not really willing to, or Anona not really willing to move from their spot that they're stationed at right now. Just got to hold the spike while Statz tries to get more info for them. 45 or 43 now left on the clock. Just really have to play this careful. Very nice 3-2-1. Saw the flash come out with the TP.
30 seconds left.
Gonna be enough to get Kuromi down. Shady left here in defender spawn while the spike goes down, and that's another 45 seconds on the clock for Team 1. Deadlock util going down. Gonna see the net. Not hit.
Over there.
But it's gonna be enough. Rock sees the gun of Anons. Just
One
trying to
enemy
clear. Does find Statz. Rox finds Anons for the 3K for the round and the second round win of the half for Team 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say Anons and Statz seem to have fairly good synergy with each other, but Team 2, Rox and Shady played that perfectly, and they played off of one another. I like the patience out of both of them. It's kind of, I think as these rounds go on, the teams are just slowly trusting each other more and more.
Which is good. It goes into that kind of adaptability thing that you were talking about a little bit earlier on in the map, which obviously a team can start off looking really, really strong. But, you know, the more that they go into these rounds, it's more about trying to figure out how is our enemy playing and how can we move to work around them.
Yeah, as much as a team wants to, or a player wants to try and look as best as they can in these, you still have to work together for that to be able to work. Anons taking out Shady with the Neon ult. Finds Kuromi.
Very nice, too.
That's a free sight and spike going down. Rock's getting one in return.
I'm out of here.
Didn't even know where that was on the map.
Yikes.
Sillysniper finding a kill on to Anons to deny the rest of that Neon push, but Statz is going to find two in exchange, including Sillysniper. It's just going to be up to Rox in the 1v3 to try and make something happen here once again. We've seen him try to do it before, but it seems like this time around it is unsuccessful.
Yeah, not a lot that they could have done there. It was a good attempt on their part. Got the jump peak very well. Just weren't able to hit that first bullet that they needed to.
You know, another thing that I just realized is because that these teams are an amalgamation of a bunch of players across the K12 virtual academies. you have a lot of different players that are playing from very different regions. Some that may be nicer to the ping, and some that are
very
not.
true. They seem it's not too big of a difference. I'm not noticing any huge outliers, but there is slight differences in just about everyone on the board. Team 2 plays very passive on this A site. Really no one on it specifically to hold them out. Smoke does come in, which should slow them down. Rotates are already coming over. That's back in mid, waiting to try and find this pick. The Omen playing it very smart, though.
Lurk is just a little too slow for info right now. It means that Team 2 has been able to stall Team 1 from pushing onto a site, which is good. You've seen them learning from their mistakes or not trying to swing an angle too eagerly. Statz trying to walk into B with the Dimensional Drift, only seeing the deadlock on site for right now. Tries to find the flick, but doesn't hit, doesn't matter. Freezer's going to get it anyway, and it's going to be the spike down for Team 1.
Spike planted.
45 seconds left on the clock while Team 2 tries to make this retake on a 4v5 here. Only person who's really still playing on site is Striker, who is going to fall first, but Statz is going to be there for the trade. Anons holding down ropes very steadily, denying that Sova. Statz finding the op shot through the legs. One by one, they fall over and over. Sorry if I went away too far from you.
I don't even... These, like, retakes kind of feel so back and forth. Team 1 obviously has the upper edge on how they're playing, like, these holding the site on retakes. But Team 2 is able to break through a lot of the time. They're just not able to get those last couple of kills.
Mm-hmm.
And they spread apart very far on these retakes. They don't all push from just one side, which tends to help them out. But that one, Team 1 was just all as a ball at the backside.
Mm-hmm.
Sillysniper not caring about anything that can see them right there.
It's like 5 things tagging them. Has no idea what to hit.
Didn't even shoot it, one just accepted it. Statz does find a pick, though. Team 1 is rotating towards this B site, but there's still 2 players here.
Shady knows that op is down main now and isn't going to try and push for it. And unfortunate timing, sillysniper is going to find the rifle off of Freezer. Have Anons trying to hold for it, though, means that it's not easily accessible, and it might be more room than Team 2 is comfortable with for Team 2 to actually try and push on the site. See the deadlock wall here blocking off main and forcing them to rotate somewhere else. But Rox is on a very lethal flank should he find someone lacking.
Almost looking like they're still just going to wrap towards B. Team 2 expecting the A push, but no one is going to be there.
Go, go, go.
The Sova does hear it and tells the team.
I know exactly where you are.
Spike down. B.
Bad first to lose, but Statz just finds 3 on the spray transfer.
10 seconds left.
It's no effort for him at all. Team 1's going to be allowed to get the spike down, and Statz is going to walk out looking for that ace here. Flash out. Rox still not peeking yet, holding this off, and Rox is going to deny the ace for Statz. It's a 1v2 now. We've seen him do it before. Do it with the op, though. It doesn't allow the same kind of flexibility that a rifle would in this situation. It's going to be a lot harder for him to fight. Takes down the trip. Ah, the running headshot on the Rox. Very, very unfortunate, but still a very solid round win for Team 1, going up 5 rounds over Team 2 here.
It was a really good attempt there from Rox. Not a whole lot that could necessarily be done after Statz got that spray. He really wanted that ace, you could tell. And Rox was just holding it with the op, not wanting to give up anything. Statz sitting at 18-4. Having a great game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely so. And you can see it and a lot of the plays that he triggers and execute on, or a lot of the swings that he goes for, you can just tell he's confident in almost anything that he does. And that is kind of what you need when you're trying to lead a team, or at least play duelist for them.
And being a very confident and aggressive duelist is working up very heavily for Statz. Statz on the lurk over at A with no defenders there.
I got Spike.
They are rotating around, predicting this read.
And Statz is just only really here with an op. He's gonna get caught out by sillysniper, taking quite a bit of damage and almost surviving it somehow.
Spike planted.
There's just someone wherever he went. Spike does go down though. Statz distracted long enough.
Opt for sillysniper, able to hold down main here, prevent somebody from trying to walk past the smoke if someone hits the spike.
Time for him to live up to their name.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury baited out by the touch. Anons gonna find sillysniper, kunai denied. A bit more damage found by that Hunter's Fury, and Gummy 1-by-1 is gonna help take out the rest of the team with Anons.
Only so much that can be done there. Not a whole lot of util that can necessarily stop that opening when all 4 of the Team 1 players are just sitting outside of it.
Although you really do have to notice that a lot of these post plants have been played very, very similarly by Team 1. And, they don't really aim to change it up too much, right? They get the bomb down in sight of main or a long angle that they can hold from. Usually they'll get smoked off, but they typically know about where the spike is to kind of just spray it down if someone touches it. Or they have ults that are prepared for it, like that Hunter's Fury, getting that one and finding some extra damage on top of that as well.
Team 1 also does really like to fast rotate away from the site that they initially push onto. Almost every single time they try and get a read, they see nobody, and they quick rotate around. And Team 2 has started to pick up on it.
Time to jump. Here.
Dimensional drifts. Going in to clear the back site. That's going to be deadlock. Oh, 4-0. Oh, that's Aura. Love that. That's... Oh my goodness.
As if Statz didn't have enough of it this game already. Onto a 4v5 for this retake. Spike does go down. And it is just a firing squad through that smoke. Team 1 really getting a hold of this site. Rocks, not able to find one. Gummy gets his. Spike gets taken down.
I mean, what do you even do there? You have 4 spotted, you get absolutely baited by this Yoru who looks like he's about to fall off the map and has a TP set already.
I think Team 2's defensive team comp is just not ideal.
No.
They don't have a lot of abilities that can slow down these pushes when Team 1 decides to just quick rush it. And once they pick a site and rush it like that, they almost have it for free since Team 2 kind of plays them so passively and so far back on sites.
And mind you, a lot of the utility that they do have to slow them down, which is mostly just coming out of deadlock, is used very early on. You see walls thrown at the beginning of rounds that the rest of the team burns through to get into the site. You see nets that are thrown pretty early onto the push before a plant even happens, right? It's going to be really hard to fight against that later in the round if you're Team 2. So hopefully that is something that is being noticed and improved upon. But it's going to be really hard to say when people are kind of just getting killed off like this before the plant even goes down. The double swing coming out from Statz and Gummy to take down Rocks, and it's going to be left to Shady in a 1v5 to try and make something happen. And I mean, millions of bullets going through the wall.
I think right now the confidence is just there for Team 1. You have Anons and Statz just running it down, opening up the site for their team to come in, get the picks that they need to, and then they just take the site for free. So they literally open up that space so quickly, and there's not a whole lot that Team 2 can do. Mind you, this is Team 1's map pick. So maybe they're just more, like, the players are just more comfortable on this map. Who knows? Hopefully, with this this switch of sides, maybe we'll see a change of pace.
Maybe so. Now we have an opportunity to see Team 2's offensive pace, offensive play, and leave it all up to Silly to do a lot of the heavy lifting and getting his team onto sites and getting info.
We are going to need to see, hopefully, a pistol win for Team 2 here, so they can actually have a chance to show what they can do on this attacker side.
Mm-hmm.
They're going for a heavy push-up mid, which you haven't seen from Team 1.
Blocking sight.
Speed of play, very good from sillysniper. Finding those opening
Down
picks.
A.
Statz wanting to try and keep it even, though. Spike will go down. Gonna be a retake.
Spike planted.
3v3 now.
Last
A lot
player
of Team
standing.
2 is such low health, but it doesn't matter. Kuromi is just going to find 2 for the heck of it.
They're leaving it all up to Statz with this sheriff.
Sure, everybody's saying they're one. And I mean, with the sheriff, it might be easy to fight this, but Statz could be caught unlucky on the timing. Looking everywhere except for in front of him, which is exactly where they were. And that's going to be Rox finding that final kill for the pistol to keep Team 2 alive in this map.
Yeah, Rox and Silly played that very well. I probably would have been thinking the same thing as Statz, is that they could be literally anywhere. But they played it just together on that one side, knowing that he had to push.
Mm-hmm.
He did give himself away with that sheriff shot, so they knew where to hold.
Mm-hmm.
But played very well by Rox and Silly, especially getting those opening picks that they needed to. Kuromi also got a 2K in that, finding his 2 while they tried to push onto site. Both teams playing together as a unit, pushing up opposite sides of the map right now. It's going to give Team 1 the knowledge that they aren't at this B site. But Team 2 does not know.
Eyes down.
Silly
Nice little
sniper
flick.
with the sniper.
That's both the smokes used by Silly now, but I mean, there's not going to be too much that they can do. This death ball on the save round is a little lethal. We've already seen Team 1 play together in these groups like this with some pretty good success, but to do that on a pistol is very, very important, getting rifles off of the enemy team and giving your team a better opportunity to win when you're down like this.
Yeah, Silly Sniper, though, gets taken out, which gave them the information that they needed to quickly take A site and get Spike down.
Last player standing.
Fox finding 3. Finally gets traded out by Gummy.
And there's
Gibus.
just no living for Gummy there, even with the retap.
Yeah, no, that worked out perfectly in their favor, with Silly finding their 1 and then getting taken out, but realizing that the entire team is just moving as a unit behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And Team 2 played that perfectly. They moved off-site towards the defender spawn.
But mind you, with with the 2 kills that Team 1 had gotten on that last round, it's gonna make playing that bonus for Team 2 a little more difficult, maybe a little bit harder than they would have wished to in this situation. Going into round 15 now. You're going to see Silly Sniper try and swing the mid, but Statz is going to die it very fast, and immediately bringing this down to a 5v4.
Revealing area.
Rox trying to get the sonar in. With that jet down super early, there's not a lot that they can do unless they're able to get these picks. Shady is going to find Freezer in mid. A lot of information denied for Team 1, and an opportunity to move to a different site for this round. Already see a lot of Team 1 preparing to hold it B, having 2 on one side and another 2 on the other.
Already noticing the playstyle of Team 2 on this attacker side is very different from Team 1. They're playing a lot more slow and methodical, not wanting to give up opening picks. Gonna be going for this B site, though. No one on there to stop it.
30 seconds left.
Shady is still in mid, though. Might be able to catch some of the defenders off guard. Needs to move quickly, though.
Me and Statz are going to slow it down just a little bit for Team 2. It's a 2v4 now, and Statz just walking right in front of Rox, giving Anons all the information that they need That's going to be Striker with the help of the Neon Wall, getting the defuse down, and Statz finding that last kill just for fun.
Yeah, they had the opportunity. Shady just kind of needed to be a bit quicker there, but they were also on 10 HP, so if they made any noise, they basically lose that gunfight no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Going out the PB&J. Why did they add those to the game?
They're so fun. You get to stim in the pre-round.
How much do you think that PB&J costs?
Maybe it was
$20?
I think it was in a battle pass, so like $10.
Ah,
And like 10 hours of playtime.
that's more than 10 hours of playtime. Trust me, I've tried to fill up battle passes on here before.
Battle passes feel like they take forever to finish. A lot of damage onto Rocks very early into this round, but it seems like sillysniper is going to try and walk with the advantage they already have. Anons, I believe, already saw one up top, but was just overwhelmed by the people in main, and going to be stopped pretty early here. Spike goes down for Team 2. Freezer taking out sillysniper. A couple trades going out here. Now an even 3v3. Gummy having an opportunity to overheal into Rocks. And it's stunned. Kuromi's going to find that with Statz finding the trade, and Shady to follow up. It's a 2v1 now for Striker. Him against the world and 70 ping. See the trap going down, but not seeing Shady at the bottom of the rope fast enough. It's going to be the round denied for Team 1, and Team 2 slowly clawing their way back from the depths of hell into this map.
You're noticing the players that were kind of not really showing up in the first half of the game, lower on the leaderboard, are kind of stepping up now. And that's kind of the difference maker in this second half. Not able to rely as much as on a player to just carry them through it. That's what you like to see. I've seen Gummy getting a lot more opening kills, along with Kuromi as well. Also finding the kills that are kind of important for these round wins.
Absolutely.
Still playing it really passive, sitting outside this A site.
Team 2 on a save as well, and they're mostly just trying to death ball, see if Shady finds one, but Statz is going to find Shady lacking just a little bit, bring some sun into his life. Find an early pick very soon. Team 2 now at a significant disadvantage. They're trying to go for a more normal push, everybody moving towards B with one of the players sitting in spawn waiting for somebody to push through mid, but Statz is holding, ready for it. It's going to be traded out by sillysniper. One by one, the numbers are falling, and that seems to be what a lot of these plays are going. Team 1 has kind of noticed that Team 2 is playing a lot of these rounds slower, and Statz is like, you know what, I'm going to walk up, I'm going to take their numbers down, I'm just going to make this harder for them to play in the late round.
They also had a really good read on moving back to that B site. And Team 2's slowing it down, and you can see Team A getting a little bit antsy, moving back and forth, not knowing where they're trying to go. But they're still outside this B site.
Show me a target.
Waiting for this last 20 seconds to try and take it. They are going to have to move quickly, though.
One enemy remaining.
The 90-degree turn to kill Gummy, but Anons is going to finish it up.
Yeah, that was a really good kill from Kuromi, but
Match
Anons
point.
was just there.
They look
That does
tired.
make it match point for Team 1. Currently 12-5. And a pretty fair spread across both teams, with a bit of a obvious lead on Team 1. They just seem to be more comfortable on this map, both on attacker and defender.
Cutting through.
Statz running an insane 3 KD right now.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the team when you have someone like Statz being this confident and just running it down.
Standing ahead.
I'm not even sure if you can really call it running it down if he's finding value.
So much for running it down.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, actually. Not really gonna say anything about any player's performance anymore. sillysniper is gonna find another kill to bring Team 2 or Team 2's numbers down a little bit more. Gummy takes out Rocks. Kuromi finding the trade, but the ult is coming up and is immediately denied. sillysniper doing so much work to keep backside out of the control of Team 2, but not, or Team 1, but not enough. Anons gonna find sillysniper there. Now a 2v3 for Team 1 to try and find Deadlock ult. Just barely missing. Striker finding Gibus. Shady finding Anons for the trade. It's a 2v1 now. Unfortunately, Striker put in the same position as he was a few rounds ago. Not able to get it done. Finding that stray bullet through the smoke there.
A lot of ults used that round. Was that 4 ults? You had Clove,
check.
you had Clove, ISO, Neon. Maybe it was only 3. 3 ults.
3 ults.
Unless I
Oh,
missed
and the
one.
Deadlock ult was used, so 4.
4 ults.
Yeah.
Wow. Team 2 just kind of moved as a death ball in that one, and it worked very well because it seemed like they actually had worse guns with those opening picks coming out from Stingers. And it worked out very well in their favor. Looking there like they want to try their luck again with this just moving as a unit.
Revealing area.
Taking A site quickly. Freezer ready for it, looks away, still finds the pick.
Oh, and just on his exit, Freezer's gonna fall to Kuromi. It's a 4v4 now, and Team 2 is very quick now to get onto the site, get that spike down, and just force the post plant.
Have one of these.
Team 1 is still trying their hardest to find some value. Gummy is gonna be the one to do it for him. 3 down, 4 down.
Gummy with the 4K to end the map. Didn't want to go out without showing off what they can do.
Absolutely.
Defenders
They've been
win.
fighting all game for that kind of opportunity. You can see them kind of slowly crawling back further up onto the leaderboard for Team 1. And, I mean, what a way to finish off the game in absolute style.
Honestly, a very good showing from both teams. That second half worked out a lot more in favor for Team 2.
Mm-hmm.
Each player was having their own kind of moments in almost every round. It was just kind of random on what you were going to see going through it. But Team 1 does take it in the end. Was their map pick. Next map should be Haven, which is map pick of Team 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think we can already check. Yeah, Team 1 is choosing to attack on Haven, which is obvious. Haven is very attacker-sided. With
And
that,
a team that's also very attacker-sided, again, with a player like Statz, who is super confident on those entries and really good about getting information for their team to follow up on. I mean, that is exactly the kind of position that you want to put your team in.
yeah. It's really just played kind of perfectly. Once they gained that little bit of like confidence throughout the first couple rounds, they just started to play a lot smarter. They would either play super hyper aggressive or they'd slow it down on those lurks, try and find that opening pick, or just kind of figure out where the other team was and tell their team to rotate over. They played very well as a team that's not a team. Usually, they played very good.
And it's just it's interesting to put the players in an environment like this, because in a way, if you think about it, it's closer to like a ranked game. You know, a lot of these players are, you know, in a somewhat individual setting, but, you know, they're forced to play together as a team in an actual coordinated environment. It's kind of like a face-it queue.
Kind of. I'm assuming they have a little bit more communications than you would get in something like that. They're working on things. I'm assuming they've had a little bit of practice prior, you would hope. And they're all used to playing
At least
in a
playing
5.
in a team environment.
Yeah, they're used to at least playing in a 5 stack, not with just random players, which is good. It's working out in their favor. It does look like we're going into the second map. This will be the last chance for these teams to show us what they have. Team 2 on the defender side. Pretty much the same as last time is what we're going to be watching. Hopefully this map works out a lot better for the Team 2 here.
You do see Rox moving from scan initiator to flash initiator on the breach this time around, which, I mean, very, very good character for this map. But also, I feel like the Sova provides the same amount of utility as he would on Abyss. I think there's no shame in running that at all. But, you know, some of these players resulting to some comforts. Obviously, Gibus going back to the Omen, Striker going back. Oh, wait, nope. I lied. Who's on Cypher? I can't see. Shady is on the Cypher, actually.
Yes, Shady is on Cypher. And we just watched on Monday, Shady, Cypher on Haven, had a very good game.
Well,
so hopefully they can pull something out kind of like they did earlier this week.
Hopefully so. No locks from the side of Team 1 yet, but you can kind of see what they're thinking of. Waylay for the entry initiator, which I kind of like. You know, provides you, it allows you to be a lot more active than I think you can be with Yoru. While Yoru is for providing a lot of information for your team and setting up rat spots, Waylay's more like Jet 2.0.
It's like being able to be Jet, but also get out when you need to.
Yeah.
So you dash in, get the info, and don't just die. Or at least it's harder to punish it, is what I would say.
Waylay is supposed to be very like Tracer. And
Very Tracer.
it has the opportunity with the recall, and I think in a game like Valorant, being able to get out of a bad situation is pretty good. But you could also see that Statz was very comfortable with doing that on Yoru as well, being able to set up TPs in different spots of the map while getting information in their dimensional drift.
Yeah, trying to aura farm is Yoru.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if you're good at him, you can do that. I mean, Hexter did just qualify to Tier 1 Valorant, pretty much only playing Yoru.
Hey, maybe that's what we'll see from. We'll see that. Maybe we'll see that from some of these high schoolers.
Maybe.
Being this good at the game this early on.
That's good signs.
It is good signs.
As for me, I'm almost turning 20 and have not hit the top 1% of players. So
Yeah,
I think
washed.
I'm cooked.
Yeah, no, you're Unk now. You're Unk for esports.
Yep.
Looks like we have Team 1 pushing up mid. Wanting to go for this B site very quickly. Moving as a unit. Gibus is here. Jumps over the tripwire.
Bye.
Finds one, and Gummy finds another.
Lots of damage going on. Back and forth here. Kuromi escaping within an inch of their life, and Freezer taking out sillysniper here. Bring this down to a 3v2 in favor of Team 1.
One enemy remaining.
See that swing, and Freezer finding the next two to finish out the round in the post plant.
Yeah, Team 1 playing that just about how you'd expect a pistol round to go. Choose a site, run it down. And B is usually a good one to choose to do that for, because B sucks.
But you also got to think, because B sucks, it's actually a really hard site to kind of play offense on. And the way that Team 1 was not only able to go for it, but win in a very convincing manner, I think maybe shows the kinds of omens that we're looking to see in this map.
We also have a prediction here from Team 2, stacking the A site, but sadly Team 1 is all the way over at C.
It's just always a gamble.
And they see that they have this site for free, taking it quickly, getting the spike down. Finally starting.
Mm-hmm.
Team 2 is moving as a unit, though.
Looking
Finally
to play
splitting.
too long, but Statz looking to stop in a little bit early. Heard some footsteps, so they know they're running back into grass. That's some information for Team 1 right now, who's currently holding down Garage to make sure that Team 2 cannot move forward. Statz looking for a knife. Finding 1, 2, 3 on the quietest flank known to man.
Statz did want that knife kill. You saw it, and then as soon as the Yoru ran away, the panic ensued. Had to whip the gun back out. Out there 3K. Played it very smart. The sillysniper just kind of got unlucky with that timing. They checked for the flank, didn't see anything, turned around, and that's right when Statz was coming through.
It's good tempo from Statz to know like when to move on from that. There are a lot of people who try to go for lurks and become a little bit impatient with themselves and then become susceptible to Valorant timing. So to know to just be patient, to trust the process, to trust the play that you have set up for your team, super, super important.
Shady playing very passive, not wanting to give anything up here. A very smart play, knowing that they have the gun advantage. They don't need to give up any of these fights.
Mm-hmm.
And Team 1 kind of backing off.
Slowing down a little bit now. Obviously, Team 2 is here on their bye round, so is able to play the defense a little bit more confidently. How far is that really going to take them? So far, Team 1 is kind of just holding some angles before walking into a site, waiting for an opportunity to take anybody out, and Gummy's going to be the first to do it. Kuromi is unfortunately going to deny the flank from Statz. But seems to have some help, at least from the site that Team 1's playing from. Obviously, Gummy was able to take one down in CT. And Silly Sniper, with Util out, still able to find Anons, though traded out by Gummy. Gummy on pace for 4, now 5. Rox is going to find 2, so it's a 1v1 now. But Gummy
With the
doesn't
ace.
care at all.
I think
5K for the 3rd round of the map. And
first ace we've seen, yeah? I think we've had a few 4Ks that came close, but I don't think
Yeah.
we've seen an ace yet. Gummy really starting out this map strong. Only round 3. I don't know. Did they start that round with that Phantom, or did they pick that up?
they picked it up. Team 1 is not the rifle second round. They're like the SMG second round.
Yeah, but I know. But I saw
And Team
last,
2 went rifles this round. They
last
were able to
map
pick some-
I saw people buy a few rifles on their bonus round, so I just wasn't sure. Gambling again. Team 2 gets it wrong, trying to gamble mid, but Silly Sniper is here. Hopefully the Sheriff can find something. Spike is going down a little bit to the left, and you'll be able to see him.
Spike planted.
Gummy going for the res. Anon sliding out and finding one, and everything just exploded for Team 2. Just Shady left alive here. Does end up finding Gummy for his troubles, but Anons won't be one to let his fallen brethren die.
Yeah,
without punishment.
that's one that Team 1, you can tell, they knew Team 2 had no guns. So they took it quick. They didn't want to give any chance of just getting head tapped by a Sheriff. Took it quick, and it was very dominant. Not a whole lot Team 2 could do. Hopefully, Team 2 should have a bye this round now, yet again. And they just kind of need to get... They're playing... If they play the sides a little bit slower and hold them out a little bit longer, it gives them a higher chance of stopping them.
Nowhere to run.
Early Sova ult coming out. Doesn't find anything with no players on C. And Team 1 is already taking A site with nobody there.
Oh, I get it.
Nice and slow that.
I saw the vision.
The hinder onto Silly Sniper is connecting, but Spray, not so much. But at least it's enough for Team 1 to be able to get the spike down. Kills in their way as well. Lots of bullets going out between Kuromi and Freezer here, but Freezer will still come out on top, and it's a 4v2 now.
Last player standing.
For Team 2, who is going to lose Shady there. Rox will take out Statz. Is just looking to take off any guns from the team with already so much money on their hands. But the sandwich
I've survived much
in
worse.
this corner
Standing ahead.
doing a lot. Rox was going to be able to find one, but Freezer was going to be able to find that 4K. Take a 5th round in, I mean, pretty convincing fashion for Team 1.
Yeah, Team 2 is... They're getting these kills. They're just not finding the finishing 1 or 2 that they need to be able to take the round. Rox is getting the guns out of their hands at the end, but it's just not quite enough. You could tell that Team 1 was getting a little bit hyper-aggressive at the end. They wanted those kills. They're feeling a little overconfident, and Statz, you saw, got punished for it.
Revealing area.
Sonar into garage. Finding nothing. You're just seeing this very normal mid push once again. Kind of saw something similar during the pistol round, but in a buy with abilities, with weapons, it looks a little bit different. That definitely looks a little bit different. Waylay dashing in and immediately denied by Gibus's Bucky.
Spike down
Silly
mid.
Sniper also going to find Striker lacking in grass. But it's a 3v1, and Silly Sniper has a Sheriff. Does find at least one, but no more.
Gibus in the perfect place with the perfect gun at the perfect time. You almost couldn't ask for a better gun in that moment.
Yeah.
With Statz just dashing in right in front of him, and he was just ready with that Bucky.
That was his moment to shine, for sure.
And boy, did he. He got his one, but Anons was there to trade out. Got there too right off a rip. Another very quick round. It was kind of a partial buy from Team 2. Rifles in hands now. Team 1 is just kind of dominant on these sites, back and forth, never really consistently just hitting one site. They're kind of spread really far across the map now.
Yeah. Actually going for a default, which is curious because they have money. I feel like I don't typically see people go for default plays until they're down on money. But I think being able to allow your team to go for a play like this when you have so much money, when you have such a significant advantage over your team, really shows the composition that these players have, maybe with each other, maybe just in a general team environment. 60 seconds left on the clock. Silly and Shady gonna be ones to deny the push.
Just as my playlist ends.
Kuromi
Kuromi's a little bit of a demon on those blind shots through folks. So,
played that one like aim trainer.
oh yeah.
He got his 3 and played it good. Full ults for the entirety of Team 2. I hope we see some get used this round. Don't want to be wasting any of these ults when they could be winning them rounds. And Team 1 is just, they're playing, like you said, they feel like they're getting confident and overconfident, but they're still playing it smart like they should. Having a default push, playing it slow, finding their opening. This time, Team 2 was just able to get the best of them.
Freezer does take down Gibus as Waylay tries to get the entry. You also see Neon out with the ult. Kuromi is going to die blindly through the smoke, losing the spray battle, but you do see the breach ultimate clearing most of the site. It's a 1v3 now, and unfortunately Rox doesn't have it in him in the moment to overcome this.
It was a really good breach ult used there, hitting, I think, every player. But the Neon was there to stun him out, which just slowed him down from pushing and getting those free picks. Freezer sitting 14-2 right now. A casual 7 KD. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's a pretty even spread across Team 2. No player really able to just outshine everyone quite yet.
Yes, this should do.
Except for Statz.
Statz.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, he isn't having the god map that he was last map, but even still, he's still finding a lot of insane value.
Yeah, Freezer's kind of finding their footing a little bit more on this map. Statz really aggressive on these dive-ins and just getting out. They're using their abilities mainly for intel.
Stingers finding a couple in window for Shady and Rox. And though Rox is going to fall, at least Shady's going to be able to make it out alive, and Silly is going to be able to deny the push onto A site for a little bit longer. Been playing on 8 HP and 8 bullets in his mag. Striker starting to go for that spike down. Gummy swings out into CT, looking for the last. Striker's going to be the one to find it. And Team 1 is now 7 rounds above Team 2 here.
Yeah, they're kind of running away with it. One thing I've noticed is I have not seen a single timeout from either team.
I don't even know if they can take them.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe they just don't have it in tournament mode. They, like, just
That,
can't
I
do
guess
timeouts.
that maybe that is the case. You would hope you give them the time, talk through what they're kind of thinking, what the other team's doing, and just kind of gather their bearings. Could help out. But maybe they're not allowed to take timeouts.
This is a nice spot.
I do not know.
They found my
Seems like a 5-man plan into C site. See the dive coming out from Statz as per usual. And that's pretty much all except for the spike onto site. sillysniper is going to be walking in with the dimensional drift and leaving himself in the cubby. And Gibus is going to be denying Statz an opportunity to hold down the site for his team. Finding 2 now. sillysniper all the way in long. Gibus is going to fall to Anons, who is doing a lot of heavy lifting to keep this alive. And seems like it wasn't for nothing, but Silly is actually on the most lethal flight ever. And finding the value, see Gummy out with the ult. The last opportunity they have denied by sillysniper. He's going to find 4 this round to find another round for Team 2.
A perfectly placed flash there, giving him the advantage,
Safe to say.
giving him the 4K.
Big deal about it.
I didn't even realize Silly's TP'd all the way from long into CT. No wonder why they weren't looking in that direction.
Yeah.
Played very well, played perfectly
Mhm.
from Silly Sniper there. Fighting their second round. One round at a time. Team 2 can still find these extra rounds.
You want to
Round
play?
11 now.
Let's play.
Chamber ult online. Holding
My camera is
down.
destroyed.
I don't even know. It's from Team 1. So actually not even holding out anything. It's just trying to let the site be theirs. Gibus is walking in the garage right now. Not knowing that the Sova is just out of reach for him. Freezer's going to be taking a couple kills here while the rest of Team 1 just establishes their presence on the site. That spike down, kills out, Striker finding at least one, and Rod's trying to hold from the back of B, but is in a very inconvenient position to defend from.
Very close to getting stats there. Spray just kind of
Last
wasn't
round
in their
the
favor.
half.
Freezer still having a great game alongside Gummy. Gummy has been getting those multi-kill rounds very frequently and winning him a lot of these gunfights.
Mm-hmm.
You do have Waylay ult and Omen ult on the board. Final round of the half. Might as well as use them. Hard to get a little bit of a use out of Omen ult on just a random one-off round.
Sometimes, yeah.
Silly Sniper with the hyper aggression down long. Fine stats early on.
Not the kind of pick you want to see for Team 1, who's now trying to run a default on a 4v5. See Anons still trying to wait for anybody to walk down long, but it doesn't seem like Team 2 is going to take the bait.
Yeah, Team 1 playing it very slow after going down a man. Very heavy default push, just trying to find their opening, find an open site. Gibus is in B with the judge. Does move away. The comms come in. Striker with the fake out.
Boom. Free kill for Gummy. Striker on an even deeper fake for seemingly no reason. Maybe? I don't know.
Now just rotating around through to see through garage. The Rocks and Kuromi.
Rocks. That's bad. Oh.
Is that Freeze dead?
Last player standing.
Striker, fortunately, succumbing to the thing for a little bit. Not going to be able to find that. Anons is now in a 2v1, trying to ISO the fights, but Shady still going to come out on top anyway.
A really good round there from both teams.
Ready. Spike defused.
Team 1 kind of faking him out back and forth. Striker with the perfect bait. Don't know what he did over at that A side that drew the entire team over, but it gave them the opportunity to find the picks and get the spike down for free on C. But they just weren't able to find those picks that they needed. Breach ult kind of came in clutch there for the team. Switching sides now. Attacker sided. A 9-3. Not the greatest thing you want to see going into the second half, but still manageable.
Absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of jokes about the 9-3 curse, and I feel like if it were to happen on any map, would be Haven. Just simply because of, you know, how it leans itself to attackers and in a lot of scenarios. Definitely a lot more to Team 1, just because of the nature of their comp with the Waylay and the Neon. And also Freezer taking out the only chance of entry.
That
for
is
Team 2.
their only chance of quick entry. Team 2 not slowing down though. Still wanting this site, but Freezer not letting him have it.
Down A.
Right here.
Rocks on no HP.
It is also to note how much utility
my
got
wire.
used in that brief little interaction.
One
Team
enemy
1 is
remaining.
out of a lot of things to slow them down, but I guess it doesn't really matter if you hit your shots anyway, right?
Yeah, Team 2 wanted that site, and Team 1 knew that they weren't weren't going to stop pushing it and just kind of pinched him in, flanking around. Didn't give him a chance to escape. That's going to be looking like maybe a force up from Team 2? No?
Force up from Team 1.
We're getting
maybe trying to get some things done from Team 2, seeming like full stingers here, which definitely is a significant risk to be playing. But when you're on your offense or when you're on your defense, it can work.
Team 2 with these pistols and stingers wanting to move as a unit. Need to find the early picks, but Gummy finding his. Almost get traded out. Taken down by Gibus.
Can't imagine what the comms were before this round. Hey guys, we're down. Let's death bomb stingers. And it's kind of working.
Down to a 2v2 now.
One enemy remaining.
End in with the Guardians, though.
I mean, okay.
The outlaw Statz finding 2 with both bullets. Not a whole lot that can be done there.
No,
what is
not
that?
at all.
What does that look like for Team 2's economy now? Kind of forcing up stingers.
hard.
Yeah, they're forcing up stingers, finding maybe some rifles.
Looks like a second round by
Yeah,
on
it
a
does.
win. It's
Kind of.
It's
We're
not
getting
looking
bulldogs, bulldogs, stingers, a specter. No rifles. I guess the bulldog is. No good rifles. Kind of going for a bit of a normal push, pushing A with Cypher on the lurk.
Freezer. First one down. Info denied from Garage. It's 3 people down there now and just him alone. And although all that breach util was wasted on one person, they were at least able to find some space, which is going to be very quickly denied by Gummy with the smokes both in main and in sewer. It's going to cause Team 2 to have to walk back somewhere else. Look for somewhere else to go. And Kuromi is unfortunately not going to make it with his brethren. Statz denying that push just a little bit longer from Garage with that outlaw.
Finding another. Still onto a 2v2 though after all these picks. Flag does go down. Onto rocks. Getting outside Garage.
Trying to play a retake from Garage is really stupid, I will say. It's not only dumb, it is just incredibly difficult, especially when you have one of your players on an outlaw. That's why you see Shady and Rocks kind of preparing for someone to walk out. But Statz is actually here for an early pick. You see the neon walls come out. Anons knows where Rocks is, and no, Rocks is going to win. He's on 3 HP in a dream. Does have the opportunity to win this into Statz.
Doesn't have
Can
time.
stall out the spike for a little bit longer. Statz is going to find the 4K, but won't have time for the defuse, and that's going to be another round to the side of Team 2.
Rocks playing it very well. Knowing they had the disadvantage, they just had to wait them out a little bit longer. But Rocks and Shady on that hold had a combined of less than 100 HP. So it was the fact that they were able to win that round was very impressive. Both of them playing it very smart. They held their angles together and just waited out that spike.
Mm-hmm.
Making it now 4-11.
Guys, doom scrolling in the pre-round.
Wouldn't you?
I would. Yeah, in real life.
I do it in real
Revealing area.
Fair enough. Still on this A push at the start. Team 2 really wanting to find their way onto this site.
It doesn't really seem like they're trying to play it as eager as they were before. Rox is waiting a little bit longer to use that charge, use that stun. Silly Sniper gonna find Freezer jumping behind the box. And Rox forcing Anons out of that corner, punishing him for it. Into looking very well put together on this push, and that's gonna be the spike down for him.
Spike planted.
Shady on a lurk. Gummy trying to deny it, but unfortunately have
One
not
enemy
spent
remaining.
enough time in the aim lab. Silly Sniper taking out Striker, and Statz is going to find one for his money and trying to get a better position to play his outlaw with.
Be right back.
He knows he's not in a great situation to win a 1v3 with just the outlaw. So if anything, he's looking for some exit picks right now.
Yeah, Statz knows the economy on Team 2 has kind of been struggling.
He does have the opportunity to take a rifle. The question is, does he? The answer is no. A shorty shot's going to miss into Gibus's face, and that's going to be another round for Team 2, trying to claw their way back from the really rocky start that they had in the first half.
And they're making it work. They're getting their rounds. They're winning them slowly. And it's just working. Even when they're at these gun disadvantages, they're making sure not to give up those early picks.
Right.
Like, really early on, which has been pretty detrimental to them losing rounds. Freezer, they took him out early, who's been one of the heavy hitters stopping them from getting onto sites.
Yeah, and I mean, really just does depend on, well, I mean, how these early interactions go in the round. Statz already finding one, Gummy finding two with the Sheriff. That's pretty much everybody that was in window immediately denied an opportunity to walk forward. And no, Shady is going to find one. Gummy is not going to let them get away with it.
Yeah, Gummy is having a great game.
Yeah.
They are not giving up anything, sitting 24-12.
Nice.
That's crazy this far into the game. Playing really great, even with Sheriffs. Team 1 had a very bad buy. They knew that, so they decided to just run it down quickly and try and catch Team 2 off guard, and it worked out very well. With Gummy especially being able to hit those shots with the Sheriff.
And you really do have to appreciate the performance that you're seeing from Gummy in this map, right? You don't typically see controllers this high on the leaderboard, so it really does go to show how helpful it is. Not only obviously to have someone that can hit shots, but to have someone who's just prepared, right? You know, controllers need to be able to step up in a lot of situations, especially the ones that Gummy has been finding themselves in during this map, and goes to show they're pretty reliable on the roll.
I know exactly.
Not a lot Anons can do there, being hit by the breach ult. 2v4 retake.
One enemy remaining.
Make it a 1v4.
I must wait a moment.
Freezer
1v3 now.
gonna have to put in some work if they want this round.
All it is just a couple mistakes. Freezer.
Doesn't swing wide enough to see him.
It's fine. Could be lethal if Striker does decide to walk it down.
Team 2 not giving up anything.
Freezer
Back to work.
taking Kuromi out. That's going to be the blind hitting him as he tries to take cover, and Shady has the timing on him.
One of my
Punish him
cameras is
right
broken.
then and there. It's 6-12 now in the round.
It's fine.
I like how Team 2 played that one. They knew they had 3 versus 1, which you feel, that's where you get that confidence boost where you're like, run it down, get the free kill. They did not get that overconfidence. They waited out. They waited for the tap before they swung, and it worked out very heavily in their favor.
And as you said, that you were noticing on Abyss, that the team is deciding to play a lot more methodical, a lot slower, just looking to play off each other or play off of their utility as opposed to just being self-sustained.
They're realizing even though it's 12-6, they still just want to play each round on its own. It's its own game. Play it smart. Play it well. Shady.
Found my
Might be able to get
wire.
an opening pick on Statz, but he runs away. Playing it very smart.
Cage triggered.
Hey, getting a little bit of chip damage. The rest of the team is pushing onto this A site. Gibus takes out Freezer. And Kuromi taking out Gummy. That's the 2 heavy hitters down.
Spike planted.
Not a lot to be done with a 3v5 retake. Team 1 still rotating over.
Teleport's ready.
Looks like they're going to go for this.
Last player.
Kuromi is there to shut it down before it even begins. Striker hitting a little bit of damage, but not finding any kills. Able to get one, but Rox shuts him down. Very well played from Team 2.
We were officially deeper into the second map than we were the first. An opportunity for Team 2 is not dead yet. 7-12 and just holding Team 1 at map point. series point, I guess.
Yeah, they're playing their attacker side very well. They're playing it, like we've been saying, very slow, and they're not just running it down mindlessly. They're working as a team to win these rounds.
Back in a flash.
Very important for their continued success, but obviously Team 1 has a lot of ult stockpiled up as well as weaponry. Are going to see the Dimensional Drift come out from sillysniper to try and clear out A, and seems like they're ready to play. Anons taken out very, very soon. Statz falling into main without a recall. Rocks trying to swing CT, but that trademark's going to shut him down. Shady here on a flank just has to be quiet enough.
One enemy remaining.
sillysniper takes out Striker. Shady does see Freezer, but doesn't have the discipline to find him. That's going to be Freezer winning the fight, and now forcing himself into a 1v3 take. 2.5 Gibus, who's incredibly low health, but I'm not sure if he has the ability to really win this round. Yeah, swinging out right into the graffiti corner. Kuromi is going to shoot him right in the back of his head. Now 8-12 into round 21 in map 2. Team 1 still holding 12 points to their name, but that gap is little by little being closed by Team 2 here.
Yeah, the entirety of Team 2 is starting to step up yet again. The kill spread not very large on that team as compared to Team 1, with Freezer and Gummy very high on the leaderboard, both at 24 kills. And it's starting to show with these team fights. Team 2 is just starting to prevail. Little by little, their gap is dwindling. sillysniper finding the opening pick yet again, but Anons gets one in return.
Is going to walk up with the neon ult, but denied the space by Gibus. Gummy is holding sewer as well, and knows that they're going to be walking up. Maybe they're going to be looking for a flank, but with sillysniper having taken out Striker now, there's no opportunity to go for a play like that. Just has to deny the push as much as they can. That's going to be Freezer finding one. Gummy finding the trade onto Gibus. In the 2v1, that is unsurmountable. Shady finding Gummy and closing the score, now 3 rounds apart for Team 2.
Yeah, Team 1 just not able to find this last round that they need. They're forcing up these guns yet again, hoping they can find something and make it work.
You really do have to give Team 2 a lot of credit for how far that they've come into the second half. They've learned from a lot of the mistakes that they fell to, not only in map 1, but in the first half as well, and are doing a lot better about these executions. That, and I mean, sillysniper has been in such a great position for first picks that Team 1 has really just have not been able to play into.
Yeah, and Team 2, they've been heavy pushing this A site, and the other team kind of went for a read on that and heavy stacked A. Gibus gets taken out, though, and drops Spike on site. This could be the opening that Team 1 needed. Spike is going to go down. All of Team 1 sitting together, but they're falling one by one.
And the breach ult to let them continue walking. Anons just find the sliding kill, but is immediately traded out. It's a 3v1 now for Striker.
Team 2 backing up.
Not impossible, but Team 2 knows in a number of situations like this, all they need is patience.
The quick tap from sillysniper. Team 2, even down a man, held that flawlessly. That's going to be, I think, a pretty broken bank there for Team 1.
Yeah, I mean,
not everyone able to buy up.
Barely a couple people able to buy up, and a lot of ults committed as well to that last round.
Then again, these guns don't necessarily matter a ton. We've seen Team 1 able to win these weird buy rounds, these sheriff rounds, time and time again. But it is 10-12 now. Heavy stack on A, and Team 2 is going for it.
Right here.
Freezer trying to walk up, look for something to slow him down. Just aren't going to find it, but with the help of Anons, Gummy's going to walk up. Ross got in a terrible angle, and
No peeking.
A lot of flash denied. The hinder maybe connecting. Seeing Waylay try and blink in, but unfortunately having to walk themselves back out. Don't really have the rifles that they need to go for a push like this. But it doesn't matter!
One enemy remaining.
The
Spike
fucking-
down
Heart's Desire
A.
make a crossover here.
Crazy.
Okay.
It's all up left to Shady to keep his team in this game, needing to find this 1v4. Not going to be easy. They don't have Spike. It is fully defended. They have to get over aggressive. And Team 1 is not giving them any opening. Only 30 seconds remaining in
30
this
seconds
round.
left.
Anons spots him out
Cage triggered.
and is able to finish him off.
Defenders
That
win.
ends the game 13-10 in favor of Team 1.
Big comeback. Big comeback.
I would
Fell
need,
for it again.
It was a good comeback.
It was a good comeback, but I mean, like it's one of those comebacks where you get so excited for the underdog. You know, you can see them slowly working them way back into the game, making it look like there's more of a fighting chance. And then that one round just happens, and it's like, well, what could you do?
They held Team 1 at that one round for a very long time, though. It was a great game across both teams. That map really showed the skill of each team a lot better than map 1 did, in my opinion. But you did have Gummy and Freezer, along with Statz still having a great game. Striker and Anons finding their picks that they needed to. That helped win the game out. But Team 2 also played great with Rox and sillysniper up at the top. But the rest of the players there as well were finding those picks. Gibus, Kuromi, and Shady. Shady being their lurk player was able to find those picks, get the information they needed. Kuromi was getting those multi-kills that he needed to, and Gibus was also just there at the perfect times, finding their picks, getting their util down. It was just a great series for both teams.
If my cop would let me speak, I would definitely agree with you on that, though. It definitely seems like Haven was much better suited for both of these teams. Obviously, Team 2 did go into that having picked Haven and was feeling a lot more comfortable on the second map or second half. But unfortunately, things just failed to come to fruition for them. But do wish them a great game of GG, if you will, to both teams, really, who truly did deserve the opportunity to play here today. And I think did a really good job showing off what they had to the schools in this combine.
Yeah, and beyond just like aim skills and utility skills, that second game really showed the kind of mental fortitude that both teams have. Even though for Team 1, the other team was just slowly crawling back, they didn't let it get to them. They found the round that they needed to. But Team 2, being down 9-3 at the half, they didn't let it get to them. They played each round as it was, worked as a team, and played just very well together, which I think is a very good show for what they could do in the future.
Definitely super cool to see all this high school talent here. Makes me so sad that these kids that are way younger than me are much better than me at the video game, but it is fine.
They are the future.
They are the future. And hopefully any of the colleges in this combine have the opportunity to foster some of this future talent and maybe some other talent that we weren't able to see here on the server today.
Yeah, they are the future, and it looks promising. That's all we have for the Valorant Combine. If you are interested in more Valorant gameplay, we will be here on Monday, continuing the season, nearing closer to playoffs. But for today, that's all we have for you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the great gameplay, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.